Elon Musk is the charismatic chief executive of electric car maker Tesla and rocket manufacturer SpaceX and has made a deal to buy Twitter. Born and raised in South Africa, Musk spent time in Canada before moving to the US. Educated at the University of Pennsylvania in physics, Musk started getting his feet wet as a serial tech entrepreneur with early successes like Zip2 and Z.com, which merged with a company that became PayPal. Musk has behaved eccentrically. From time to time, he said he has Asperger's syndrome. And if we talk about his early life and education, he was born in 1971 in Pretoria in South Africa, the oldest of the three children. His father was a South African engineer and his mother a Canadian model and nutritionist. After his parents divorced in 1980, Musk lived primarily with his father. He would later dub his father as a terrible human being. Almost every evil thing that he could possibly think of, he attributed that. He said he had a terrible upbringing and he had a lot of adversity growing up, and one thing that he worried about was that his kids should not face enough adversity. And bullied as a child, he attended the private English-speaking Waterkloof House Preparatory School, and he started a year early and graduated from Pretoria Boys High School. A self-described bookworm, he made few friends in these places. For a number of years, there was no respite, and he got chased around by gangs at school also. And he'd come home and it would be just awful. But then he started accomplishing. Technology became an escape at the age of 10. He became acquainted with programming using a Commodore VC-20 and early and relatively inexpensive home computer. Before long, he had become proficient enough to create Blaster, a video game in the style of Space Invaders. He sold that basic code to the gaming agency for $500. And in his childhood, his brother planned to open a video game arcade near their school, and their parents had a plan. And in his college years, at 17, he moved to Canada and obtained Canadian citizenship. After emigrating here, he was enrolled in the Queen's University at Ontario. It was here that he met Justine Wilson, an aspiring writer. They marry and they have 5 sons together and triplets, and then they divorced in 2008. After 2 years at the Queen's University, Musk transferred to the University of Pennsylvania, where he took 2 majors and his time at work and time and play was balanced. He bought a 10-bedroom fraternity house, which they used as an ad hoc nightclub. He graduated as a Bachelor of Science degree in physics, and in addition to the Bachelor of Arts and Economics from Wharton School. The 2 majors foreshadowed his career, but it was physics that left the deepest impression. Physics is good framework for thinking, he would say. Boil things down to their fundamental truths and reason up from there. Notable accomplishment, he was 24 years old when he moved to California to pursue a PhD in applied physics at the Stanford University. But with the internet exploding and the Silicon Valley booming, Musk had entrepreneurial visions dancing in his head. He left the PhD program after 2 days only, and Z.com was created in 1995 with $15,000 with his younger brother Kimball. He started ZipZ, a web software company that would help newspapers develop online city guides. In 1999, Zip2 was acquired for just $341 million. And then he used Zip2 buyout money to create Z.com, a fintech firm. Before that became widely circulated, this was merged with a money transfer called Confinity and the resulting company to be known as PayPal. Peter Thiel ousted Musk as PayPal's CEO and bought the company for $1.5 billion, but Musk still profited from his buyout in the earlier stakes. His proceeds were sold and bought for about $180 million, and $100 million went into SpaceX, $70 million into Tesla, and $10 million into Solar City. And then look at him today. Let's learn from his life. Let's see and watch something about Musk, who has added his name to the electric cars venture as an early investor in 2004 and contributed about 6.3 million to begin with, and now is a household name. Let's look at his accomplishments. About Twitter, a frequent poster on the messaging network, Musk disclosed a 9.2% stake in Twitter in April 2022. Twitter responded by offering Musk a seat on the board, which he accepted before declining later. Musk then sent a bear hug letter to Twitter's board proposing to buy the company at $54.20 per share, dollars per share. His board adopted a poison bill and provision to discourage him from accumulating an even larger stake, but they accepted his letter after he disclosed 46.5 million committing financing for the deal in a security filing.